Hi, my name is Diego, and in this video, I would love to share with you the top 5 mistakes that we see most of our beginner guitar players make so you can avoid them. So let's talk about mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is the position of the guitar and mainly the position of the neck, which is this part of the guitar. This is called the headstock. Try to keep the headstock pointing up when you're learning guitar, especially at the beginning. When the headstock starts coming down and starts almost pointing towards the floor, it is going to be a lot more challenging to play it. So make sure that the headstock is pointing up, and if you're sitting, try to keep it on top of your left knee. That and the position of the guitar when it's incorrect makes everything a lot more challenging. So try to avoid putting the guitar in a position that it's harder to play it. Now, number 2 is the fingerings, and fingerings are very important. Hopefully you're learning or starting to learn with a method that has the fingerings on it, but you want to make sure that when you're playing that the finger that you're using, it's almost like one finger per fret. So in guitar, we don't do this. We try to do this. And if you do what I did there the first time, you're gonna always sound like a beginner. You don't wanna cheat yourself out of using multiple fingers because that's gonna allow you to play more interesting things. So make sure that you're using different fingers and follow the method that you have, especially because that's gonna be a really big way that you can move forward and play more interesting songs. So let's go there to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 is the guitar pick. We do recommend that you start with a guitar pick. And one thing that we wanna say is if you show it to someone, they should only be able to see the tip. So if you're showing the guitar pick and this is how you play it when you're playing, you hold it this way, you have way too much material outside of your hand. So you want to tuck it in, and that's going to allow you to, if this is the strings, to get a lot more close to the strings, which at the same time is going to increase your ability to be precise. So make sure that when you're holding the pick, hold as much of the material inside. That's going to make the process of starting out and playing some beginner songs a lot easier. So let's go to mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 is big movements. A lot of people, when they see someone playing on TV, it looks fun to do really big movements. Big movements don't help, especially they don't help on the right hand. So I have my right hand there. You don't want to be, every time that you play, to do these really big movements that actually are going to almost have you to reset the position every time that you're about to play. So do very short movements on the right hand and very short movements on the left hand. You don't want to also on the left hand be moving a lot your wrist. The shorter the movement, usually the easier that it is to move along. It may take some time because at the beginning it may feel a little frustrating, but definitely stay through the process and make sure that your movements are small. It is going to be very helpful. So let's talk about mistake number 5. And this one is one that I even see with students that have been with us for a while, which is to try to hover your left hand right when the fingers are not playing. So for example, if my first finger it's not playing, I don't go like this and remove it from the guitar and put it very far away. I try to get it to just hover on top of the string. So there, none of my fingers are touching the guitar, but they're hovering on top of each one of the positions. So if I need to play, I just need to like bring them back down and they will be ready to play. But try to have all the fingers hover instead of doing this, which we see a lot of beginners do. That is that when one finger is not playing, they're all removed and they're very far away from where they need to be, making guitar playing a lot harder. So keep your fingers hovering, keep them curled, keep them close to the string so they're actually ready to play the next time that you need them. So finally, I want to give you a bonus mistake here, which is number 6, and will be repetition. And repetition is really important, especially if something is giving you a hard time. For some reason, beginners feel like they have to play the whole song every time. That doesn't really work, especially if what's challenging you, it's 3 notes or 4 notes. Take the 3 notes that go in a row and play them, and just play that little snippet, maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds of music, but do that 50, do that 100 times, and you'll see how those patterns, your brain and your mind starts being, okay, I know what's going on, and it becomes a lot easier to move along. So hopefully those mistakes can help you get a little bit of an easier time when you're practicing. And we definitely want to try to continue to help everyone out there. Guitar playing can be incredibly challenging, but we do believe with the right guide and with people that can really give you a hand into the process, it's gonna be a lot easier. So if you would like to know a little bit more about what we do here at The Hit, check our main website, thehitmusicstudio.com. And we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.